All right, and welcome to Mastering Sales. I'm your host, Brent Gove, and I'm especially excited about today's topic. If someone were to ask you, hey, how in the world, what makes you special? I mean, real estate agents are a dime a dozen. There's 1.5 million of you out there. By the way, I actually looked it up. I asked Siri. That's AI. When you ask Siri, you're already dealing with AI every day. And guess what? It's one point. Hey, Rob, can you pin me so that I show up? I'm not. I don't know if I can pin myself, but Rob, if you can pin me so that I'm not showing up. All right.
You're pinned.
Okay.
But they have to do that individually on their screens. I can't pin for everybody. You can't see yourself?
Well, yeah, I was watching somebody walking and it was like making me dizzy. So whatever reason. All right. So long story short, you have to be able to tell people what makes you different. You want to invite people down to your office, or right? Do you have an office? So get an office, go work out of a Regis. You should run your business out of a business, not your home. Doesn't go against EXP. EXP doesn't have any offices, but you get a free one when you work with Regis. You get a membership, but I would actually get an office within that. But number two, in an open house, what makes you different? You want to be able to say, let me tell you what makes me different. And then when they come to the office, you're at the open house, say other agents do 30-day closes. And you want to write that down on a sheet of paper, 30-day close. That's what we're taught in real estate close. I close everything in 12-day closes. And the reason that's important is because if you had a choice between waiting a month where anything could go wrong, or 12 days to get all of your proceeds in cash, what would you choose? Now, some people says, well, I want the month. I don't want to be out in 12 days. I said, oh, no, we didn't. Closing has nothing to do with the seller getting out. We'll just seller have 30 days, 60 days to leave. And here's another reason why you want to deal with me. Guess what? They are going to ask for rent back money, $1,800. Well, heck, my new payment's $2,500. I want $2,500. We're not going to ask. Do you want to fight over some rent back money, or do you actually want to get the home? I've sold thousands of properties. I never asked for rent back money. Security deposit. Never, ever have I had a home that we couldn't deal with. When you ask for $1,000 security deposit, because that's what Coldwell Banker teaches you to do, or EXP or Remax, the brokers always say, hey, you need to represent your clients, ask for a security deposit. Guess what? They're not going to do that. You ask for security deposit. I've been a listing agent who's presented that. And guess what? They go, how do I get that $2,000 back? Well, the buyer has to agree to give it to you. So they're going to hold a gun to your head. And if the buyer's happy with the shape you left it, then they'll release that money from title to you. What happens if they won't do it? Well, then you have to go to court. You have to go to small claims court, stand before a judge. I don't want to do that. I cannot tell you how many offers I've presented where, because the buyer and the buyer's agent didn't ask for security deposit, after the seller was staying after close of escrow, that the seller chose them over the other offer. So never ask for a security deposit. Well, you're not representing your client. Okay, you ask for it. You don't get the home. I'll get the home because we're not asking for it. It's $1,000. If there's a problem, I'll kick in $1,000. Usually it's $1,000, $1,500. And guess what? The contract says the home needs to be handed over in the same general condition as when the offer was went. They're protected by the offer. And yeah, if you're buying a home from Hell's Angels or college students and they're going to throw a kegger right before close of escrow, that's something to consider. Even then, I wouldn't do it. So don't do that. And then close fast. And then the other thing you want to tell them is, by the way, I network with 40 of the top superstars in the area. In fact, there's 48 of you on here right now. And I go, we trade our off-market listings like baseball cards. I know Judy, I know Bob, I know Bill, I know Ken. And guess what? I say, hey, Ken, I got a listing come on. It's 3-2. It's over here. It's going to come on this price. What do you got? Oh, this is what I got. It's like a Mickey Mantle baseball card. And then do it and say, I will find you your dream home. And guess what? It's not going to be in the MLS. And Zillow gets their information from the MLS. Redfin gets their information from the MLS. Other agents get their information from the MLS. A lot of people say, hey, I don't need you. I've got Zillow. Everything I see is on Redfin. I already get a drip from my agent. He sends me everything in MLS. Oh, no. Oh my gosh, if you're shopping from Redfin, Zillow, and the MLS or an agent, you're shopping leftovers. I mean, that everybody's already seen it. You know, you do you want to be in a bidding war? Do you really want to be in a bidding war? I'm going to very high probability find you a property that's not even on the market. Well, I've never done that. That's because you don't trade them like baseball cards. You don't call the other agents and go, hey, I got a listing coming on. What do you got? Or I know of a listing coming on. It's coming on over here. It's listed by Tom Daves, or it's listed by Sean Work. What do you got? You got anything coming on? Yeah, I got one coming on in Lincoln. I got one coming on in Lubus. What price range is it? And then they think, oh, it's $1.5 million. Like, I don't have a buyer for $1.5 million. That's gold, because you call our agents, go, hey, I know of a listing coming on that's $1.5 million. It's listed by Jill Anderson. It's coming on. You can reach out to Jill. And then you trade that information, because guess what? If they can't get what you have from Zillow, Redfin, the MLS, or another agent, they need you. And so those are some things you do. Now you're like, oh, well, Brent, what if my lender can't close in 12 days? Get a new lender. Your lender's costing you. You write a 30-day close. I write a 12-day close. All things being equal, on a vacant home, if you're the seller, who would you pick? And they go, well, I'd pick the 12-day close every time. But the home's occupied, Brent. There's someone in there. Exactly. We close in 12. We let them stay for 45 days rent-free, no security deposit. The other one's 30-day close. They got to be out. We're going to do a 12-day close, plus to get another 30 days or 45 days. Now they get almost 2 months. They get all their money in 12 days, and they could skip out of here a month or two later, skipping, no stress, no hassle. Like, well, Brent, what if something goes wrong and my lender can't get it done in 12 days? Then on day 9, you go, hey, I got a major problem. We got to cancel. And they go, oh my gosh, well, what? You got to get, we close in 3 days. I go, my lender needs 3 more days. Well, why did you tell me? No problem. Take 3 more days. Now, if you call them up and say, hey, we got a problem, I need 3 more days. I knew that 12 days was BS. I knew it was 12. They're going to yell at you. So I never asked for anything. I say, hey, we're buying the home as is. We got a major problem. We got to cancel the sale. Oh my gosh, we close in 3 days. Remember, it's a 12-day close. Why? I go, during the home inspection, the roof is bad. It's a $14,000 roof. My clients do not have $14,000. We had no idea that was a bad roof. I tried to get it certed. They won't even cert it. In fact, I had 5 different roofers go over there. Every one of them gave me a report. Everyone said it's uncertifiable. And by the way, I've emailed all those to you. By the way, that's when you email all 5 reports to them, they have to give them all to the next buyer. You've kind of just totally like, I love sending plumbing reports. They literally say, don't send me the plumb. Oh, I'm sorry, I already said it. In fact, we had 4 plumbers go over there, and all of them said it's thousands of dollars, and we just don't have it. Now, if it's your intention to buy it as is, and then get them to put a new roof on or 18 new windows or plumbing, that's wrong. You don't know till you do the home inspection. So if that's your intention, that would be wrong. So long story short, you can do this. You can absolutely do this, and it's great. People are like, well, what'll happen if I don't get the HOA quick enough in 12 days, or the prelims, or the CC&Rs, or they can't get the payoff on their loan? Then the seller's in breach of contract. Oh, you need another week? Take it. No problem, right? If closing quickly solves a lot of problems, most agents you're going to talk to, this is why you want to work with me, are going to do 30-day close, 45-day close. I'm going to get your dream home because we're going to close in 12 days. You get the keys in 12 days, especially if it's a vacant. You can move in 12 days. Done it hundreds of times. So don't think of a 30-day escrow. Find a lender that can close in 12. Now, if somebody has bad credit, they're self-employed, it's a mess, we're not going to do that in 12 days. I'm talking about someone with a job, W-2, payroll, pay stubs, bank statements, W-2, tax return, piece of cake. There are plenty of those people. Most lenders can do it in 12 days. And it's your job to, crack the whip on your buyer and say, you got to get it done. Got to get it done. Well, that's my lender's job. Not the way I saw it. I told my lender, hey, if the Johnsons don't get you what you need tonight, you call me. They call me. Hey, they didn't get it. I call them up. Hey, do you want your dream home? Do you really want the white picket fence? Do you want to get out of that apartment? Yes, I do. You have to. You don't kind of need to. Today, you absolutely have to get pay stubs, W-2s, bank statements, and your tax returns to Cheryl, the lender. or I'm not going to be able to get you what you want. We're going to find your dream home and somebody else is going to get it because we won't be able to close in 12 days. So text me when you get it done. You got to be a little bossy with a smile on your face. Because what happens is he won't be able to, with conviction, say, I can close in 12 days because he can't. But if you get him what he needs, he can get it all prepared. We just need an appraisal. But Brent, what if we can't get the appraisal? We always get the appraisal. We order on a rush. 12 days, I can get 3 appraisals in the next 12 days. What if my home inspector isn't available? There's like 100 home inspectors looking for work right now. I can get any home in America inspected tomorrow. You name the town, the city, I'll get somebody there. Well, not in my town. There's only 3 home inspectors. Fine, I'll tip someone $200 from 100 miles away to drive to your town and do it tomorrow. I will do whatever it takes. I could get a home inspection done on any home in any town in any city tomorrow. And I'll just call the top agents. Hey, who's your favorite home inspector? Who's your home from? The home inspectors are praying to God. I need a job. I need a job. I'll come up. I need this done today. Done. And so we can get the home inspection done. We can get the prelims, the CCNRs, the HOAs. If we don't, that's on the seller. The seller has to provide that. They're in breach. Well, Brent, what if there's a major issue and the roof's bad? Well, we may need another 10 days to put a new roof on. They'll go, well, would you stay in the deal if we put a new roof on? Sure, we would, because they don't want to go back in the MLS with 5 roof reports that say it's uncertifiable. The roof is done. People won't want to pay $14,000 less. They'll want to pay $40,000 less. You need to say it to them. I got 18 bad roofs and they've been leaving. My client just wants new windows. They're not going to order mold tests. We can order mold tests if you want, but I don't think you want that. And like, oh, no, we'll put in for, how much is it? It's going to be like $8,000 worth of windows. Done. If you stay in the deal, yeah, but we're going to have to, get those ordered and in and probably take another 10 days, 2 weeks. Great. We'll do an extension. I never asked for the extension. I never asked for a roof or windows. Does this make sense to everybody? And so I just say, hey, bad news, we got to cancel. They're going to go, oh my gosh, why? Now, if they say, it does happen occasionally, it's like, okay, send over the cancellation paperwork. I go, aren't you curious? And they go, yeah. They go, well, it's got about $14,000 worth of plumbing issues and my clients just don't have it. Okay, send over the cancellation. I said, I can. But I also sent you all 3 reports from 3 different plumbers saying it is an absolute mess. And, now if you want, I can cancel. You can go back on the market, but now you have to disclose 3 different plumbers saying you have a really bad situation going on over there. Maybe you want to talk to your seller and see if he'd actually give us a $14,000 credit so we can close escrow or actually get this work done. We can extend escrow, up to you, but I don't think you want to go back on the market with 5 roof reports that you must by law disclose to the future buyers. They're not going to offer 14 what we paid, and they're not going to want 4. They're going to get like, oh my, it's a bad roof. They're going to want to drop the price $40,000. So you got to help them think a little bit. So this is what makes me different. And I'm going to be able to help you get your dream home because it's not always in the MLS. Give me a shot. What do you say? And so there you go. I hope that helped you today. So little thing. And one last thing, prepare your buyer for the home inspection. Say, when you see that home inspection, do you want the home inspector to be positive or negative? Do you want him to tell you why it's such a great house, why you should buy it? Or do you want him to find what's wrong with the house? Oh, I want him to find what's wrong. Go, trust me, the home inspector I have for you, he's the best of the best. And he is going to give you 20, 30, 40 items. He's going to tear that thing apart with a fine-tooth comb. But to tell you the truth, most of them are handyman repairs, typically not a big deal. Even brand new construction, he'll find 20 or 30 things. So I'm preparing you, no matter what home you pick, it's going to be bad. Oh, really? Then they always call me back. Hey, I got it. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. I'm like, okay, good. Hey, let's move forward. But when you don't do it, they're like, oh my gosh, it has all these issues. Well, read me some. Well, there's a cracked tile in the bathroom. There's a caulking issue in the hallway bath. The rear porch light wouldn't come on. Now, he wasn't sure. There was no bulb in it. And he wasn't sure if that was a major electrical thing. I mean, it's all a bunch of little stuff. So you got to tell them it's going to be bad. No matter what home you get, this guy's good. And then they will tell you why it's not that bad and why we want the house. No, this does not scare us. But if you don't scare them, they get scared. By the way, it's Halloween. Boo. You got to scare your clients so they don't get scared. Love you guys. I hope this was good. Enjoy your day. And happy Halloween. I'm not a Halloween guy, but happy harvest party, whatever you want to call it. Love you guys. We'll see you later. Bye for now.
Thank you, Brent.